Howdy, my little artists. We're going to be drawing this fall tree today with some bushes and falling leaves. I want you to take a look at the leaves that are falling. They are different sizes, and that's done on purpose. Because this yellow leaf, if we're looking out in a landscape, this yellow leaf looks like it's going to be closest to us. That is why it is the biggest leaf. This one's a little bit farther away, and this one's farther away yet. So when we think about how we want to show distance, it's how big we draw things on our paper. This bush is going to be a lot closer to us than this bush because it is farther down on the page. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need a black crayon to start. Okay, so we're going to start with a hill. We're going to draw it closer to here. And it's just going to be a real soft hill like that. And we'll make these lines darker later. Then we're going to draw a simple tree over here because we want room over here to draw our leaves and things like that. So let's just start with the bottom. And I'm going to come up like that. Come up over here. And I probably came up too far on the page, but you know what? That's okay. All trees, if you look at the trees that do not have any leaves on them, they're all basically Y's and V's. So in the center of this, we're just going to draw a V, a fancy V. Next, let's just draw. Oop, see, my tree's coming off the page. Now yours might not come off the page like mine did, and that's okay. Now if I was using pencil, I would erase this line. But I figure I'm going to be coloring dark enough that you won't be able to see this line. Now we're going to draw a huge bush over here. And it's just these Humpty Dumpty lines, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to draw another one, but this one's going to end on our hill here, like that. Let's put several different leaves here in the tree, making them different sizes and going different ways. When I draw a leaf, I start with the middle stem in a curved line and a curved line. So let's draw several of these. So curve the center line, curved line, curved line. Let's draw, I always like doing an even number or an odd number. So there's those. Let's draw a great big one about right here. So I'm going to draw the stem. Now I'm going to leave some of this off this, or leave some stems showing. There's one. Let's do a little one about right here. I can have my, I'll just draw a little stem. Notice it's smaller. This one could have probably been bigger. And this one's going to be even smaller. I'll draw one over here too. And I'm going to draw a couple here on the ground. Okay, So now I can start coloring. Let's start with this great big leaf. I'm going to use a yellow and I think an orange. So I'm going to start my orange here up at the top and in the center. Now I color hard. And then my yellow. So I'm thinking of different colors of the leaves at this time of year. So I could have a yellow one in my tree. I could do a couple of yellows in my tree. All right, I got all my leaves colored. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my red and I'm going to outline everything. And in my bushes and in my tree, I'm going to put like some things like this so it looks, like texture. So it's more, branches, whatever. And then I'm going to color this, I think an orange. Let's see what other kind of colors I have. Oops, I forgot this up here. I'll do the same thing with my tree. And I'm going to color my grass and my sky. Now, when I do that sky, it has to come all the way down to my horizon line. You can't just color up here a little bit of blue. It's got to go all the way down. Okay? So I will see you back here in just a little bit. So one thing that I like to do when I'm coloring, either with colored pencils or crayons, is I like to layer my colors. Meaning I like to put one color down and then put another color on top and maybe another one on top of that even. So you get these different looks. Like over here, there's yellow and orange and red on top of that. And I'm using different colors around the edges. So it started out with red and then red orange. And then I found this red violet that I like to put on top also. And it just kind of gives everything just a little bit of a different look, because if you look at nature, nothing is just all one color. It's a blend of colors. So if you look at the grass, it's not all the same color. And I think it just makes your art look more interesting when you add different details. So here I'm putting red on top of my orange. I'm not necessarily going over everything. In some places I'm pressing even harder and going over that section more and more and more, just so different things are going to stick out. So think outside of the box when you're coloring. It just makes everything stand out and look more fun, I guess. So over here, I just don't want to leave that red. So let's try some, we can try some orange or red orange on top of it. And it really depends on what you put down first, because the colors can change. Okay, I'm about ready to do my tree. I'm going to take my black and I'm just going to draw some little lines coming down. Now this is called texture. It's going to make it look like more of a tree, because trees aren't smooth. So this is hoping to make it look rougher. Then I'm going to take my brown and I'm going to color over it. Now that black might not show up super well, but that's okay. So there's my tree. And now I'm going to do my grass. I'm going to use my light green and my light green. And if I can find my dark green, that would be awesome. And I'm having, it's awful loud, isn't it? I'm having a hard time finding my dark green. There we go. So I'm going to use these two colors. Once again, I'm going to outline everything. Because if you look at everything, nothing is solid. So I'll be back. I am just about finished with my project. My last step is to outline everything in black. Just so everything kind of pops out even more. I hope you enjoyed this project and I will see you guys soon. Bye.